Greetings, salutations. I know it's been a while. I had intentions of making a video for quite a while. Excuse me for my throat. I've been sick. I'm gonna get to that here in a minute. I had to write a few notes down. I'm gonna fill you in on what's been going on since the last video. Kind of in a chronological order, so you know where I am now. So it kind of all makes sense. It's probably going to be a long video. I don't know how I can edit it down, but I'll try to just go through it fairly quick. But if I get a little... my voice is still a little out. Anyway, let's start. I had full intentions of making a video during December, especially around Christmas time, but about the beginning of December, we went out to dinner, me and the folks, and when we got back to the car, the passenger side window was down, and I couldn't figure out why, because they were up when we went out. And I thought at first maybe somebody broke in the window, but there was no glass anywhere. So I went to put the window up and down, and I could hear the motor, but the glass wasn't moving. It was very strange. So I ended up taking the car over the next day to the Honda dealership, and it turns out the motor, well, not the motor, but the part of the motor that lifts the glass was broke, and of course it needed fixing. And while I was there, the car has about 107,000 miles, which is very low mileage for a 2006 Honda Element. Well, of course they look at it, and there'd been some deferred maintenance because we hadn't put too much money into it because we don't use it a lot. So we figured we could wait a little bit till after Christmas and the New Year and stuff. Well, that didn't happen. What was it, 2-3 days? Something like that. I think it was 3 days altogether, maybe. Maybe it was 2, I don't remember now. $1,600 worth of repairs. It needed a lot of stuff. I mean, genuine stuff, like the brakes, the mounts in the front needed replacing, and I mean, there was a lot of little stuff, and it just all added up. Of course, you know, we could have done a little bit here, a little bit there, but the problem is it needed to be done for safety reasons, and the big ticket items were the ones that really needed to be done, so you figured you might as well just get it done. So ended up having to do that. So that kind of took the wind out of our sails for Christmas. So that kind of bummed me out a little bit, because I mean, that's a lot of money. I mean, that's a lot of money. It's still cheaper than having a car payment every month, but as the car gets older, even though it's got low mileage, it does, you know, things wear out. So I planned on making a video for Christmas, but that kind of took the wind out of my sails, and I was down a little bit. On the plus side, one of the things I did get is a camera pack for my Nikon D32, which is what I'm recording this video on. It's a pack that goes on the bottom, and it gives you 2 batteries instead of having the 1. So now I got twice as long power. Actually, I have 3 batteries altogether, but I got the 2 that came with this. So now I've got twice as long for filming and stuff, and I really want to do more with the D3200 for videos and stuff, because I have this great camera and I'm not using it. So one of my goals for 2018 is to make more videos and use the Nikon D3200, which I'm hoping to do. So anyways, Christmas come, that was alright. Then a day or 2 after Christmas, my dad gets sick. He gets the flu. Gets that nasty, I don't know if you know anybody's had it this year, but it is unbelievably how bad this flu is. He gets real sick. So I figured, okay, I'm going to do a video for New Year's. And New Year's rolled around, and I wasn't really feeling all that inspired. Let me just check my notes here, make sure I'm remembering everything as it went. Yes. And I was starting to have a few issues with my laptop too, so that was I was kind of working on that. And you know, I don't know, 2017 was not my good year. The plus side, my fiance did visit, but when she was here, like 2 weeks into her visit, is when I ended up going to the hospital. In the hospital for 4 days, had the heart stent put in, and for the rest of her visit, I just wasn't able to do much, so it kind of sucked for her. And I really feel bad because, you know, she spent a lot of money to come over, and we didn't get to do much. And it was nice to have her here during that time, because she did help take care of me and stuff, but I don't know, that just kind of sucked. And the rest of the year, I mean, I just didn't seem to really bounce back very good from the heart stent. Everybody said I'd feel 1,000 times better, but to be honest with you, I didn't. I really didn't feel very good after that for quite a while. And then, you know, the holidays come around, and then we had the big bill come in, and Dad gets sick. And then So New Year's roll around, I'm like, maybe I can get myself ready for 2018, do something a little motivating. So January 1st rolls around, I get up. Maybe 2 hours after getting up, I start feeling sick. And I go downhill quick for the rest of the day, and I get sick. Oh my God, it was coming out both ends. I'll save you the details, but let's just say it was not a pleasant time. I've been sick before, and I've actually been pretty sick before, but this was right up there. But the throwing up part was the worst part, because I hadn't had much food in there because I hadn't been eating because I didn't feel good. So, and the other thing is when I throw up, it just tears my voice up for some reason. I don't know why, but every time I throw up, like 3 or 4 days afterwards, it takes me off my voice to come back. And it's now the 4th, 3 days after, and I'm just getting my voice back. But I got real sick. I mean, I got real sick. And it wasn't too much longer after that, the mom got sick. So it wiped us out. And it is now January 4th, and I'm just now feeling pretty good. My ribs yesterday, I could finally get back to eating, and I was feeling good, but still got a bit of a sore throat. But my ribs and my back were so sore. I mean, it was unbelievable how much pain I was in. Anyway, today I'm feeling much better. Not having, hardly any pain. Still a little sore in the ribs, but definitely feeling better. Throat's getting there, and it's not so bad. And other than that, I'm feeling pretty good. But today, while I was watching YouTube videos on my laptop, if I hit pause on the video, 30 seconds later, my computer goes into sleep mode, where it kicks off the power. It doesn't completely turn off, but it goes into sleep mode. I've been having that issue once or twice in the last few weeks, but I thought it was just a random thing. And I noticed my computer's taking longer to do stuff. Now, I'm on top of my security measures. I have that check. I run checks on that every week. And if I ever see anything that seems like it's running a little on, I run the security check. I check things. And I've been thinking in the back of my head, like late November, I was thinking, geez, I should back up my photographs and my personal information stuff. I've got about 28 gigs. Some of it's personal information, paperwork and stuff, but most of that is actually photographs. And as you know, I bought a 128 gig for this camera, which didn't work in it. So I bought a 64 gig, which is working. I can't remember which subscriber told me that 64 was probably better, so I went to the 64 and it's working good. So I put the 128 in today, and I figure I'll download all these photographs and everything, because I've got this issue going with the laptop. I don't want to lose these photos. So I put it in, 5 hours and change, maybe 5.5 hours it took to transfer, And in case you're wondering how many photographs that is, it's right around 27,000 photos, thereabouts. It's about 1,000 photos for a gig, so thereabouts. At least the way I got it set up. So it's doing that. Well, meanwhile, I'm thinking to myself, if the laptop goes down, all I got is my Galaxy for internet and email and stuff. But I had a tablet that I got last Christmas. It's an RCA tablet. It's nothing fancy, but it would at least let me get on the internet, and I'd have a bigger screen to see YouTube videos, and I could do emails if I had to and stuff, And I said, well, I better get that going. So I'm trying to get that going. That thing took forever. Literally, it took an hour and a half just to get it updated with all the stuff. So I'm spending the afternoon doing this stuff. So I get done with the SD card, and I'm like, okay, good. Everything's... throat's drying out. Everything's on the card. So I go to check the card, and the laptop says, there's nothing on the card. It needs to be formatted. Now, I had formatted the card before I even got started. And I'm like, what do you mean it's going to be formatted? I was watching it transfer the files over. I could see the list. I had the window open. And when it was in the background, you could see it filled the SD card up, 28 gigs, like a fifth of the SD card. So I take the SD card out and I put it back in. There's nothing on the SD card. Absolutely nothing on the SD card. It won't see anything, and it keeps insisting on reformatting it. So I spent 5.5 hours transferring all that information for nothing. Now, is it the SD card which gave me trouble in this camera, or was it because I had the wrong size SD card for this camera? And now it's the laptop giving it problems because the camera said the same thing with the SD card. I don't know. So I've reformatted the SD card, but I'm not about to start that whole freaking mess over tonight. I wanted to get the video done. That was one of the things I wanted to do today. So tomorrow, what I think I'll do, instead of trying to transfer the whole 28 gigs of one shot. I've got different folders for the photos. I think I'll just do a folder at a time and see if I can do it that way. I like to just do everything at once because you put it in the background and it runs. But for whatever, either the SD card or my computer's not doing it. Now, if it does the same thing tomorrow, then I know the SD card obviously was a dud from the get-go, so I'll just toss it. But I'll have to come up with some other way to copy all my other photos and stuff because I'm concerned about the laptop. So once I get that done, however I manage to get those photographs and some important information and paperwork and stuff that I gotta have saved to some form or another, or maybe put it in the cloud. I don't really like putting my stuff in the cloud. I don't really trust that. So I may do that. I'll have to look at the computer. I'll run some diagnostics with it. I'll do some security checks. And if it still keeps having this problem of turning itself into sleep mode just out of the blue, I'll have to maybe do a factory reboot. But I don't want to do that because if you have a Windows 10 version, you know there's been a lot of updates in the last year. And that would take, oh God, I don't even want to think about what it would take to update that laptop again. So I'd really rather not do that. Let me make sure I haven't missed anything I want to share with you guys. No. Okay, I think that's it. So that's what's been going on. So between having the car and then, being a little less inspired than getting sick, and then having SD card, laptop problems, here I am. So all I can say is at least maybe with 2018 I've gotten all the bad stuff out of the way in the beginning of the year, and it's going to be a better year. I sure hope so. But not fun. Not a good way to start the year, but feeling better. I got the camera out. Now that I got this camera, and I'll have to do a video with my cell phone next time so you can see the camera setup. I've got it right now hooked up to an HDMI cord to my TV so I can actually see what I'm recording, which is kind of nice. But the dual batteries is nice because now I can take quite a few photos, plus do a longer video. And I got my microphone on top, my stereo microphone, my boom mic that sticks on the top so you get a little better sound as well. So it's set up for good videos. And one of the things I want to do, and something I've been, excuse me for getting too close to the camera, but one of the things I wanted to do for you guys last year that never got around to it, in here is a bunch of stuff for an EDC keychain, which is an everyday carry keychain. And I wanted to show you that you could have all kinds of little tools and stuff for any emergencies, zombie apocalypse, the end of the world, your car breaking down, you see Sasquatch on the side of the road, aliens abduct you, whatever your situation is. You can build a EDC keychain fairly cheap. You don't want to buy expensive stuff to put on a keychain because that's stupid. It gets knocked around, it gets kicked around, and you don't want anybody to steal it anyway. So that's one of the videos I want to do. I've got some other ideas that I want to do for videos this year. So hopefully, 2017, I didn't put out very many videos at all. Probably the least amount, probably since I've been on YouTube making videos. I mean, it's been, started making videos in 2008, I think, thereabouts. Yeah, because I think it was 9-year anniversary this year. October something. So, but 2017 really was a bad year for making videos for me. Hold on just a sec here. I gotta have a little bit of water. And, oh, one more note here on the water in a minute. The other thing I've been trying to do is I put on a lot of weight this year because I wasn't feeling very good. And one of the things I want to do is get back to being healthier. And one of the things I'm trying to do is strictly drink water. But for those of you who don't know, when you're diabetic, you're supposed to drink a lot because if your blood sugar gets too high, your blood actually thickens like syrup, and that's harder for everything to pump. But plus, I had a heart stent in there, so you don't want to have that issue. But the problem with having the heart issue that I have is you're not supposed to drink a lot of fluid. So I have two different things I'm dealing with. Each one has complete opposite how much liquid you're supposed to drink. So on an average day, I try to keep it at 68 ounces. If you're interested in what 68 ounces is, this is a 50-ounce bottle. Or 4 regular 16.9 water bottles that you buy at the store and stuff. 4 of those is basically 68 ounces. So that's all I get in a day. This, plus another 16-ounce bottle on top of this, basically, is all I try to drink for liquid in an entire day. From the moment you get up to the moment you go to bed, and if you happen to get up in the middle of the night and want to drink water, you got to factor in that. And that's not easy to do. So I've been trying to cut out the diet soda because I was drinking the diet soda quite a lot towards the end of the year because it was, I got tired of drinking water and tea, but I got to get back into it. So one of the things I'm doing this year is drinking more water and hopefully going to get some weight off. So there you go. I know that was a long video. If you watched to the end, God love you. God love you. I do appreciate it. And hopefully this year I'll get some much better videos going and we'll get things back on track. I'm still looking for work. That was another issue, the work thing. It was hard to find work and then nobody ever contacted me. So I got to work on that too. I don't know what else to do about that, but I'll have to give some thought. Anyway, that's about it. That's all I got. I wanted to catch up on everything so you know what's going on, and I will definitely endeavor to make more effort now that I got my camera set up. I got the battery, the microphone, I got everything. I got a timer for it if I want to use the timer on it. I've got a nice tripod for it. I mean, I've really got a good setup now, so hopefully I can get back on that. The other thing, if you follow me on Facebook, you'll notice the other thing I was getting into this year was soap carving. So I might do something about that with a couple of videos. I've carved... I don't know if you have a, what do they call it? Terrible, just had a complete blank in my head. Oh, it's a tool place. Harbor Freight. If you have a Harbor Freight, they sell these ammo boxes, plastic ones. This is what I'm using to hold all my carving tools. But one of the things I've been doing is soap carving. And I did a stack of hearts. I've done a carved book on a table, like a Bible. And the other thing I got in here is a carved face. So I'm hoping to do more of those this year. That might be something I might do some videos on if I can get it set up with the good lighting. The camera, I got no problems. I just got to set everything up so I can do some decent lighting for all that, so that you can see everything. So I may be doing some of that too. So I've got plans. Hopefully this year things will get better. And we'll get some good videos out there. We'll see how it goes. If you've been watching YouTube, it's it's not easy for YouTube creators out here anymore. Fortunately, I never got any money off any of the videos I made. I don't monetize them all and all that. That's a long story that I won't even bother to get into. So, but hopefully I'll get out some more good quality videos, some stuff that you guys will be interested in watching. And if you're anywhere in the U.S., it's freezing cold. This morning here in Florida, it was 26 degrees. That's crazy. And it snowed in Tallahassee, Florida yesterday, which is the state capital. So yeah, there's big storms up north, and it's cold, cold, cold. So stay warm. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you beautiful people in the next video.